Frickin' tree rats, man. Tree rats and squirrels. Major nuisance. I mean, tree rats and rabbits. Major garden nuisances. So, another thing you need to take into consideration when you put in a garden is certain crops have to be rotated. You can't plant corn in the same place that you put corn, potatoes, or let me try and word that better. Tomatoes, corn, potatoes, they can't be replanted in the same place each year. They can get different bugs, aphids, worms, illnesses, whatever, you know, parasites, diseases and stuff that can get into the soil. So you have to rotate them to a different area each year. So right now, this section here is corn and taters. Next year, that section will be corn and taters. So for this year, I'm probably not going to put anything in there. And I'm probably going to extend that out even with this one once I eliminate this old weed-infested herb garden. The onion garden way down there, that one's fine. That doesn't have to be rotated. You just have to keep putting nutrients in it by means of mulch, and not the stuff you buy from the store. So I guess there's a slight change in plan. We got this section here that's got nothing in it, that's reserved for potatoes and corn next year, and then I've still got that little section over there. Not sure what I'm going to do with that one yet. But then I have a new section that used to be a really nice flower bed, but I just can't take care of everything myself here. The woman that lived here before, I don't know how she did it. She was a strong woman, and that's part of having a garden. Whether it's flower beds, food, but especially food. You're eating healthy, you're out there working all the time, you're in the soil, you're building up immunity to germs, viruses, and diseases by working with the soil. So this section here was going to be the herb garden, and it's still going to be. I got to be very careful planting herbs, because the rabbits and the tree rats will get to that stuff and tear it up as soon as I plant it. So this has to be completely fenced in, but I've got tomatoes and peppers that need to be planted now. So I'm going to rototill this again. Soil's wet, so it's going to be rough. And it might need to be rototilled another time before I can actually plant. I don't know, it's going to be rough because I need to get stuff planted now. I don't have time to waste. Right now there's a lot of people in the same predicament. They need a garden now. The food shortages are here. Other food shortages are coming. Demand is high, supply is low. So we need to get our own gardens in and growing successfully with the least amount of work, which ain't easy to do when you're fighting the weeds. So I got to do some thinking, and in the meantime I'm going to rototill this little section here again. Definitely need to reserve this for herbs, but I got to get some peppers and some tomatoes in here too. And tomatoes and peppers need to be rotated every year also. So I'm going to go pull out the rototiller, show you what I got for my main rototiller, and start getting this section rototilled again. So this is the rototiller that I use. It's a Husky with a Honda engine, 5 horsepower. It's an older one, 10, 12, 13 years old. The only thing I've ever done is change the oil once or twice a year. And I think I had to change the spark plug once. That was it. I keep it clean, but it's in use right now, so it's nasty ass dirty. But yeah, I highly recommend if you can get one of these older Huskies. I heard they're still making them, but I don't know where they sell them. It pretty much applies to anything that's older. I'm not sure if this is MTD or not. With it being Husky, it probably is, but anything MTD is garbage. So I think this was probably still Husky, even though MTD acquired the company, it was still made with the last 3 remaining Husky parts and not actual MTD. So this is a good one. It's not a piece of crap. But you need to learn your equipment too. If you're just breaking ground for a new garden, you cannot use a mini tiller. It's also referred to as a cultivator. They're too small, too weak, don't have enough power to break through ground. Those are only good for mixing soil or lightly rototilling previously rototilled the ground. So you're definitely going to have a full-size rototiller for your initial work and breaking the ground. And then what I do, I'll go to the 2 narrow ends and I'll go across one way, come across the other way on both ends, and then I'll go up one end and back down the other and just go back and forth that way. And then any dirt that comes out of the boundaries that you have, just break it back in if it's an issue. So I'm still waiting. I just ordered my Earthquake MC 440 4-cycle mini tiller last night. I think it was the last one on the market. No stores have them anymore. I can't find any kind of rototiller in any store. It seems like they disappeared. About 99.9% of them disappeared off the internet. I couldn't even order anything directly from the manufacturers. They're all out of stock. So if you need a tiller and a cultivator, get one now if you can, or else just buy some good older stuff. But you're definitely going to have both of those to work a garden. You're going to need them both every year. So I got this section tilled. It needs to be tilled 1 or 2 more times before I can actually really plant anything, but I'm going to take a beer break and think about it. Like I said, I got plants that need to get planted now. So I'm going to take a break, think it over, figure out what I'm going to do. So before I sit down and take a beer break, I want to wander over here and see what the old woman's doing. She's pulling weeds. So as I'm thinking, this little section here gets some decent sunlight. Or this section over here only gets a few hours of sunlight. Probably more shade than sunlight until I cut some trees. So I'm probably going to put some tomatoes and peppers here, and some tomatoes and peppers over there in the herb garden. So let's sneak up on the old woman and see what she's doing. What you doing over here? Looking good. Yeah, it looks a hell of a lot better. When you get that stuff on the inside, you can't walk on the inside because everything's planted except for over here. You can come in and, because from here over, this whole section here is carrots, this whole section here is white onions, and I haven't planted over here, so from here all along there you can get inside up against the fence there. So you're gonna smile and say hello to the world? Huh?
No.
No? Is it gonna be a crab ass and pull weeds?
No.
Alright. Come on, we'll take a beer break.
Oh great, now Humble Bumble's back.
The bee ain't gonna bother nobody.
No, he's coming over to me to talk. Come on. I'm tucking your purple flowers.
Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Moves around too quick. Yeah, those big bumblebee whatever. Oh yeah, that's why. He got a nest in the ground there. They're okay. I work around them all the time. They don't bother you. As long as you don't bother them, they don't bother you. So I need to figure out some way to get that nest out of there without disturbing the colony or killing them or messing them up. So it's all rototilled and raked. You want to lightly rake the surface, get up all the green stuff, rocks. In this situation, the woman used to go on vacation to some beach somewhere, oceanside beach, Hawaii or something like that. And I think she used to bring back bucketfuls of seashells and use them for decorations everywhere. So I gotta get all of those out. Looks pretty good, like it's ready for planting, huh? Nope. Needs to be rototilled again. There's still some plants in there that are holding on to the roots. And there was, what do you call those things? Daffodils, I think. Flowers that come back every year from bulbs. I want to make sure I have all those out too. I could say the hell with it and just start planting right now. And a mini cultivator will be in about a week or two, and I could use that to get rid of the rest of the weeds. But I'm trying to make this as maintenance free as possible, which there is no such thing as a maintenance free garden. You're always going to be fighting with weeds and various things. So I'm going to rototill this again, rake it out one more time, and then maybe be able to plant after this third rototill and second raking. So we'll fire up the rototiller, do it again, and see what happens. Well, that's what it looks like after the third rototill and the second rake. Did 2 rototills today and 2 rakes today. There's still too much, way too much green stuff in there. Got most of the rocks out. I think I got most of the bulbs and poison ivy out, but there's still some in there. It is what it is. I need to get stuff planted, but I can't do it. Storm's coming in tonight. Won't be able to do nothing tomorrow because it'll be all wet. So I'm gonna have to wait a couple of days and start rototilling this again. Hopefully my plants can last that long. I don't have a greenhouse. I've tried those little portable greenhouses out here, but they're Chinese flimsy garbage. Between the tree rats and rabbits, they get in there and tear everything up anyways. And if you don't anchor them down, the wind will blow them away. And the cheap flimsy plastic don't last long, so I guess instead of doing nothing, you get out here, rototill this other section of garden here and the other one way over there. They're starting to get some grass and weeds growing in them. And I guess that'll be it for today. Starting to get late. Storms are heading in. Thought I heard thunder a while ago, but I guess it was some type of military jets going south of here, making a hellacious low rumble, long roar. We usually don't get much military. Usually we don't get any military stuff around here unless they're up to something and something's going on. So I haven't heard anything why they'd be going past here. But evidently something's going on. Alright, that's it for today. Catch y'all later.